For the last 25 years, the Chesterfield Canal Society and later the Trust has been working to renovate and restore the Chesterfield Canal all the way from Chesterfield back to the River Trent. That's taken a lot of work. It's been done in partnership with other organisations, and we've had tremendous success. We have a plan with the partnership for how the whole of the canal can be restored. We've seen very recently Staveley Town Basin, and that has attracted tremendous attention. We've seen recently the Chesterfield Waterside project, £310 million worth, predicated on the idea that the canal is going to be connected up to the Trent again. And this week we've heard that the HS2 line is going to come straight through Staveley, straight through where we are here, straight through Killermarsh and on to Meadowhall. Now, it's very early days, but what we need to do is to ensure that the line of the canal is protected and that the process of developing HS2 doesn't blight the canal restoration for refunding.
I think to give you an idea of how far we've come, in 1980 there were 25 miles of canal and 16 locks operational out of the original 46 miles and 65 locks. Today we've got 38 miles and 56 locks operational. So we are well on our way to completing the job. The HS2 route, unfortunately, lies across or recrosses the original line of the Chesterfield Canal. So clearly we are quite concerned that in finalising the design, due allowance is made for the Chesterfield Canal in that scheme. Now, elsewhere in the UK, where the HS2 first part route crosses existing canals, considerable investment's been made in rerouting them or redesigning the route to take them into account. And we're simply asking that the same thing happens here with the restoration route that we've already got pretty well pinned down. So we're very concerned about the impact of the line. We're not opposed to the line in the sense that we think it's an important investment in the north of England, but we do feel that we need now to be more involved through consultation in its final routing.
Every time we develop another piece of the canal, restore it, we have to take into account local nature and environmental concerns. Quite clearly, drawing a line on a map to run an HS2 line across the countryside means that there are a tremendous number of local nature reserves and ecological considerations that need to be taken into account. At the moment, the documentation that we've seen suggests that the line just goes through. What we're saying is that there needs to be an awful lot more groundwork to look at what's actually here on the ground. And as you can see around here, there's a tremendous amount to try and protect.
The Canal Partnership, which represents the local authorities along the canal route, represents what was British Waterways, and is now the Canal and River Trust, and it also represents the Canal Trust itself, has always been concerned that the canal is more than a restoration project. It's about regeneration, it's about creating jobs and employment and making for an active, well-used, well-cared-for landscape which we can all enjoy. It's about healthy living, if you like, within the context of this area. So one of our concerns with the current line of HS2 is it pays very little attention to the regeneration activities which are already going on.
Yeah.
We know that the line of HS2 passes through the middle of the Markham Vale development, which of course is a major new job site in the area. We're making a bit of a joke out of the fact that the line goes through the biggest distribution warehouse, so their deliveries are going to come at 225 miles an hour. So we're concerned that it's not thought through yet. And we want to encourage HS2 to spend a little bit more time talking to communities, talking to those involved in economic regeneration, to find ways of adding to existing regeneration rather than stopping it or restricting it.
What we already know is that the Chesterfield Canal is probably more affected by the HS2 line than any other canal project in the country. This creates tremendous doubt. HS2 is a long-term project, and we need to be able to reassure potential funders that the canal restoration will take place. So we need answers. We need to know very clearly that the design of HS2 is going to accommodate the restoration of the canal. So we're looking for answers, and we're looking for answers quickly. I think the other thing that we need is a large pot of money up front as quickly as possible to enable us to continue the restoration and to maintain confidence that the Chesterfield Canal will be restored.